All right. So, Silent Hill. There's a new game coming out next week. Silent Hill F. Pretty excited for that. Um, it looks to be really, really good. It looks to be just as fucked up as Silent Hill 2, which I'm making my way through right
It
now.
it's actually might be even more fucked up. And I say that because Silent Hill 2 in Japan, obviously the rating systems are different in each country, but as a Japanese game, Silent Hill 2's got a 15 plus rating in Japan. It's not like they don't go straight to M rating. There's like a 12 and then like a 15 and then there's like an 18. But this Silent Hill F does have an 18 plus rating. So if Silent Hill 2 only got a 15 plus, what is this doing that's so much worse that is getting it an 18 plus? There's honestly a chance it goes way further.
Yeah, so some dangerous, some really scary things are going to happen here. In this, I'm really looking forward to it. Next week is coming out, September 25th. I know you have your issue with your console there, but hopefully you get it sometime soon after this game comes out there.
I'm looking at right now. I think I'll be able to get a new one by like middle of October. Well, not too bad. That's honestly pretty quick, relatively.
Yeah. So with the new Silent Hill game that's out, the remake came out. That was highly praised, critical acclaim. There's another remake that's also planned with Silent Hill on the horizon.
Yeah, they're doing the first game next by the same team that did two.
Yeah. So Silent Hill stock is going up. The stocks are going up. So they're like, okay, well now perfect time to make a movie. Now
The other interesting thing is there's a codenamed project of what very clearly sounds like a Silent Hill 3 remake, but we probably won't get confirmation on that. But also on top of F, there's another whole game that got announced back at the showcase in 2022 that we have not gotten another update on, which is Silent Hill Townfall, which is a British Scottish studio by the name of No Code, which did indie games like Stories Untold and Observation. That's a whole other full Silent Hill game that we haven't even gotten another update on. We'll probably see it sometime next year.
So, Silent Hill stock is up right now, and we got a movie that's coming out there about a return of Silent Hill,
and that tank is good. That stock is going to be tanked now,
which is coming out January 23rd, 2026. There, this is just a teaser. It's only 40 seconds long, but let's see. Sage, he's the Silent Hill expert here, so I want to get his thoughts on it. This is supposed to be based on the Silent Hill 2 video game there. So you got that.
Yeah, the third movie based on the second game. Well, the third game was what the second film was based on. I don't know why they did it that way, but that's what they did.
And the director of this movie is a Christopher Gaines.
It's this French dude, Christophe Gans. He directed the first 2006 Silent Hill movie, which it's an okay video game adaptation. Honestly, it's not horrible. There's a lot of things it gets very wrong, but it does do some does get some aesthetics down really well. So like the look of the film does feel very true to the game. But he messes it up in a lot of ways with the narrative, and I get the feeling that he seems to think he understands Silent Hill a lot better than he actually does. So he made some choices in this movie, like in the original game, it's snowing during the game. It's winter. So when they made this movie, he's like, oh, there's fog, but also there's always ash and so he like tried to add that. And it's like, well, that wasn't what it is. Obviously, you've played a bunch of the 2 remake now. There's no ash falling from the sky just because it was winter in the first game. So there's a bunch of weird little misinterpretations. They say, in this movie, they have this like backstory of this town based on this real place, and I want to say Michigan, where there's like a fire underground that it caused like the air in the town to become toxic, and like create like this kind of fog, which is very, it is similar to the aesthetic of the games in a certain way, but that was like a made up for the movie backstory, and that's like one of those things that's been like internet rumor milled to death to where people now think that that's what the games were based on, and it's like, no, that was for the movie. Also, the Silent Hill 1, you play as Harry Mason. He's looking for his daughter. The movie, Christophe Gans said, well, men don't show emotion like this, so I'm going to make it a woman, because only a woman would be emotional over their child like that. So he's also made very strange. I don't know how he's going to do Silent Hill 2, which is the story about a very emotionally distraught man. So if that's what he thinks about that, I don't know what. Plus, like,
So this is an original character. This is not a character from the.
Yeah, it's an original. They mention a mom that passed away in the game, but in the movie, she's the protagonist of this. And then not only that, but in the Silent Hill 1 game is very much about like there's a cult in Silent Hill. They're trying to, sacrifice this girl to their god, and it's very literal, and it's still psychological, but it is the little girl who's going to be sacrificed, nightmares, right, kind of causing all the problems. And in the movie, it's the cult has been changed to Christian witch burners, and it's like a demon possession that is like getting revenge for a fire. And it's weird. He just changes so much of this. And like in the first game, there are nurses. There's a nurse monster, but they have a very different design, right? Because it's a little girl who's afraid of hospitals and nurses, right? But in the second game, the nurses are different because it's this guy dealing with all this like sexual repression. So the nurses have like the busty low cut shirts and the high heels and the mini skirts. Which version of the nurse do you think he put in the movie about the little girl?
The sexy nurses, I think.
Yeah. Yeah. So why is the 8-year-old girl thinking about these like sexy nurses? That doesn't make any sense. I don't think this guy really got Silent Hill, but he claims to be a super fan, and they brought him back for the second movie. And I don't know why, because he's the only one who thinks he's a super fan.
So that was the first movie. We'll probably do a retro review for it. I've never seen it.
It's okay. The second movie is like peak mystery science theater, like double toasted bad movie roast material.
Okay. I've never seen either of them. I'll probably see this one. But we were just talking about movies in January. They're making a turnaround. They're starting to put some good movies out. So
I take everything I said about them having a turnaround back after that comes out.
But this is just a teaser. We'll see. So let's see. Return of Silent Hill there, based on the second game. And we're gonna be focusing on James Sutherland. So let's go.
Something's happened here.
And the actor here is Jeremy Arvine. Is the actor there? He was in Steven Spielberg's War Horse. He was in that. He was also in Mamma Mia, Here We Go Again.
Well, that's a very different.
So I've never seen either of those movies. I've never seen Mamma Mia, and I've never seen War Horses. So I've never seen any of those things. But
I haven't either. But I will say, and I'm gonna be that guy, that does not look like James.
So yeah, this is him. This looks more like Alan Wake actually than
he does. Yes, actually, totally.
Let me show for reference what James looks like here, just for people knowing. Let me show the remake version because that's where you get all the detail and everything like that there. Let me show that. So I don't know, who's he? What actor does he look like to you?
Well, I mean, in the remake, it is Luke Roberts' face. Luke Roberts, who played Thomas Wayne, actually, in the kind of flashbacks, or like the very, very, very little bit, like the photographs they show of Thomas Wayne in the Batman.
Let me look up Luke Roberts there, but
Luke Roberts. I mean, they just used his face for the model in the remake. I mean, the original game's James face is kind of a little more generic looking because I mean part of it's just the age of the graphics, but I feel like part of what makes the story in Silent Hill 2 work is that James looks like this kind of very clean cut, almost kind of boring normal guy, and I feel like giving him a ton of stubble and really making him look disheveled, I feel like defeats the point of the story a little bit and makes it kind of, I don't know. It makes it almost too easy to kind of figure out what's going on, ahead of time.
Yeah, so this is Luke Roberts, and this is him side by side there, and he was nominated for the Game Awards there for his performance.
I see a shot of him in Game of Thrones there too. I forgot about that.
I think this was he played.
Was that when they were doing the funeral and the one guy kept missing the arrow and he came up and took it from him? And
No, this was when they tell that prequel, like the backstory of like with Ned Stark, and he was the dude that was like the great swordsman who dual wielded the two surgeons and everything. I think that's where that character. I've got the name of that character. But yeah, so that's where he's from. So he's only in like an episode of Game of Thrones, but
Okay, fair enough. It was a small role. He was Woodes Rogers, a real historical figure in the series Black Sails. He had a very substantial role in that show.
oh, cool. I hear that show's pretty good. Like so.
I think it's great. It's basically take Boardwalk Empire, where they mix some fictional characters into real gangster history. It's the characters from the book Treasure Island, like Long John Silver, but mix him into real historical events and kind of fictionalize it a little bit. Really, really good show.
Something's happened here. Something really, really bad.
Oh, the darkness. Well, it seems like it's snow and not fog. It seems like here.
Well, even if they've made that change, well, it's there should be. See, I think that's ash. I do think that's still ash. In that shot, it really looks like ash.
Yeah.
But also in the second game, it wasn't snowing at all, so there shouldn't really be a additional effect like that. But whatever, that's the established rules of this movie.
Is that I don't know which one?
I think that's supposed to be the lying figure, the ones that their arms are kind of like
okay,
like trapped or whatever in their bodies.
Yeah. Okay. So
But that also is the first creature that shows up at the beginning of the first movie, because and the symbolism of it is totally lost. But
all the darkness, you can't keep it away.
and then that
I'm not actually sure what that is. It might be the thing that comes down from the ceiling in the hospital.
okay,
Maybe.
like the thing that's in the cage, or
Yeah, because when you do enough damage to it, like the parts of the cage start breaking off. It starts crawling around with that kind of like legs. So maybe it's the only thing I can think of with like that sort of like thin spitter. I don't know. I can't think of something else. Yeah, I can't think of anything else that has like such thin, like pointed kind of pieces to it.
and then that's the little girl there.
Yeah, that's Laura. That's one of the few shots in this trailer I actually think look kind of good. I think it does have like the just the like absolute disaster of the environment looking pretty good, and there's no CG in that shot, at least I think. So it doesn't look super cheap like the very next shot if you do want to go frame by frame.
Well, it's only 40 seconds. I guess we can. I mean, it's only 40 seconds there with it.
This one is just the shot that I feel like I had a lot of problems with in particular, this next one.
But I don't know why Laura seems like she's dressed like a Victorian child. I don't know why.
Yeah, I also noticed that too. I don't know what I mean.
Because she just wears like overalls or something, right? Or
Striped shirt and overalls. She's like just kind of a normal kid.
so let's see. This
This movie was being filmed in at least in like October of 2022, and there was enough like concept art and set photos for them to show little behind the scenes stuff in October of 2022. This movie's been in production or post production for multiple years. How is the CGI fire this bad? How does it look this terrible?
Yeah, it didn't even look like he's really fully, yeah.
Like how do you have that much time to spend on this and it still looks like absolute shit?
Okay.
Please don't go any further.
And that's the hospital, or is that the police station?
That's the hospital. The police. You're thinking of Resident Evil with the police station.
Oh, God.
That's Resident Evil 2. But the hospital is definitely Silent Hill 2, and it was never on fire. Again, the fire is something that happens to the little girl of the cult in a different story. But I guess the movie's like, we're gonna throw fire in here because it was in one of the games, so people are gonna want to see some fire. That's as much logic as I can see.
And then there's that iconic scene that's in here.
Of him looking in the mirror. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
This
don't know what's going on there, to be honest. That doesn't look like anything from any game.
okay, so is he gonna like continue his own Silent Hill kind of trilogy thing of like witches and stuff? Is that what he's gonna do?
I don't know. I don't because again in the game it's like a weird occult group. It's a cult. They're worshiping like a weird pagan god. They want to bring it back to life, and they're doing like sacrifices. In the movie, the first movie, it was just a straight up Christian group that wanted to burn witches. That he like super simplified it. This definitely looks like it's part of that story, and that's immediately is a big red flag to me because Silent Hill 2 is just the story of a couple of really, really damaged people that are going through this like very personal kind of purgatory, mere self-reflective experience and the town is neither good or evil, right? In that story, it's just showing them a mirror and it's their own minds are kind of doing the rest of the work, right? By creating these things. But in the first game, it's like there's a cult that are the villains, and there is like the creatures are coming out of this little girl's traumatized brain. And this just looks like they're trying to do the cult from the first movie, but shove it into the story of the second game. Like they're mixing and matching things in such a bizarre way at this point that, and I know I'm nitpicking the hell out of something that's very short, but it just there's so much wrong with even the very little I'm saying here.
Okay, let's see. I don't know what that could be. Maybe.
Yeah, I don't know. There's nothing with multiple arms that I can think of like that in the game.
Okay. And then okay, that's just an out shot of showing the city there. Okay,
which is also a very weird outdoor shot because why does it look like the firestorm from the movie 2012?
That's so yeah, this is the town. Okay, so that
that I don't know what's going on with the doll head. That almost seems like a reference to like the PT, like the Hideo Kojima PT thing more than any of the old games.
Yeah. I haven't finished Silent Hill, so I don't know about if there's a doll head or something. I don't know.
No, there's no doll head in Silent Hill 2.
Okay. And then you got the nurses here, so you got that.
Yeah. Which they look good costume wise. I mean, they look like the nurses from the game. And they're in the right character's story this time.
Yeah. They're moving like the nurses, so they say.
Yeah. Yeah, I know they got dancers to do it. Like they got professional dancers to come in and do all the jerky movements.
Oh, that's nice. Okay, so that's pretty good. This is probably Maria.
That's definitely Maria. There are set photos of her from a while ago that show kind of the full costume and the wig and the clothes. It kind of looks like a Party City version of her character.
Let me see if I can find the photo. I don't see who's playing her. I'm looking at the cast on here.
Yeah, I'm not sure about the actress, but
oh, is it? Let's see. Yeah, let me see if I can find the photo of her there. Turn to Silent Maria. I wonder if they'll just get the same actor. I mean, since both of them are supposed to be twins anyway, right? Mary and Maria. One of them just has.
I feel like I've heard that they did not do that, and that's another weird thing.
Oh, this looks. Oh, okay. Damn, this looks kind of rough.
It looks really cheap, doesn't it? Like,
jeez. Wow. Okay.
Like, ouch.
Oh, right. Okay. That looks really bad. Okay. Sure. All right. Let's go back to this. From the visionary director.
We'll have to face.
And obviously, big person here.
Jabish.
The good old pyramid head. Like, why is his mouth is wide? We go, oh my.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on there. And yet again, that's just it's kind of ruining a moment in the story in the game because the moment you see him the first time and he's on the other side of this iron gate, he's just standing there, and all you can do is stare at each other for a moment. And then you leave, and when you come back, he's gone. There's no. It feels like he's trying so hard to make this a monster jump scare haunted house thing, and I feel like that's a lot of what it's gonna be. It's a lot of what the other movies were. And not only that, but like you go back to the first movie, both of the other two movies, the one that's based off the first game and the one that's based off the third game, Pyramid Head is in both of those films as just like this general Silent Hill monster kind of boogeyman figure that doesn't actually have any like context or specific meaning to it. Whereas like if you play the game Silent Hill 2, you know that this Pyramid Head's only part of this one story. He's part of this one character, and it doesn't really make sense for him to be in anything else. But this feels, this feels like it's going to just be more of the Pyramid Head that was in the other movies. Like, I think if you just watch these Silent Hill movies, you're going to think Pyramid Head is like a Jason Voorhees slasher type monster, and that's so not what it is.
Do you like the design, how it looks?
I want to see like if it's like fully like a butcher's apron like it is in the game, because that's a pretty big part of the look. It looks like just a weird bunch of BDSM leather straps going across his chest, and he looks too muscular. Like again in the games, Pyramid Head's kind of almost like sickly thin a little bit, and he doesn't look as big. But like in Silent Hill Revelations, that was the second movie, Revelations 3D. Pyramid Head was like roided out like the Hulk in that movie. So I don't know. Yeah, Pyramid Head's kind of thin and like almost like a little frail-ish. But if you get the screenshots from like the movies, yeah, like he just shouldn't be so like overly muscular.
Oh, this was him from the movie?
Yeah, that's him from the second movie.
Okay.
It's like he's like the Rock sized in that.
He's like the Mountain from Game of Thrones.
Yeah. And in that movie, he kind of becomes a superhero and fights another monster as somebody who's like guardian angel. So
yeah. But yeah, that was I'll close it out.
Also, what does "you live here now" mean? I don't know what that means. I have no idea what that means.
Just trying to come up with some type of tagline involving the town, like
I feel like that was a placeholder one that they didn't mean to publish.
January 2026. Okay. Full trailer probably is going to be coming out, I guess next year, sometime maybe midway next year. Sometime then. It seems pretty. I don't know why you're freezing.
January, just January next year. So we'll probably see another trailer in like November.
Oh shit! Yeah, we're right. Next year, yeah. So that's yeah, I forgot, man. Time moving fast. Yeah, it's 2026 next year. Oh shit. Yeah, so probably December or sometime right there. Fill in the gap said, "You live here now. The rent is acceptable." I don't know what he said.
The rent's acceptable, but the movies aren't.
Yeah. Okay. Probably get one maybe October because of Halloween, maybe around that time.
I mean, I'll go see this movie, but I'm not going to be happy about it.
Well, I gotta go see it too, and now I gotta go watch the. Well, I guess. We'll just review the first one.
I mean, I'm down for doing both of the other two movies because the first one's okay. It's got some pros, it's got some cons. The second one is so bad it's hilarious.
Yeah, I'll put a poll. Hey, how's it going there, Phil and Gap? I'm doing good. How about
Hey, doing great, man. Hope you're doing well.
So Return of Silent Hill. That was our discussion breakdown. I tell you, you're probably not going to get any better breakdown on Return of Silent Hill teaser trailer right here.
Yeah, I don't know if anybody's nitpicking as much as I am.
Frame by frame of this 41-second thing there. So you're not going to get better analysis than that.